to show you how to use our new bat designer from start to finish to make your own custom bat. I came up with several different options, and this is probably my favorite one. It's got a nice charcoal background, kind of like a handprint on it, and kind of bloody abstract background there. So I'm going to show you how to make it, and we'll start by going to the Pure website. Load up the Pure website, click on Custom Bats. You can do this on a computer or you can do it on your phone. I think it's significantly easier to do it through your computer, but lots of people have done it on their phones. And we're going to go through, we've got your different grip colors here. We're going to pick an end load. I'm going to go with an out. Do a 26. I'm going to do B to G finish. That's going to be the new finish that we're putting on a lot of the bats. It's got like a gritty kind of sandpaper finish. It's good for getting a hold of the ball when it's wet, wet, cold, or if you like to cut the ball. It's great for that. It can cause some you can cause some knuckling, depending on how you hit the ball, forward, backspin. It really, once you get used to it and you learn how to use the bat, there's some pretty crazy things you can do with this bat, with that finish. You can do gloss, that's going to be your traditional finish, where you've got your flat finish, which is going to just be, no grit to it, but not shiny either. And for my grip, I'm going to pick this red. I got red picked, and regular warranty or 1 year accidental damage protection. It's $50 less if you go with our regular warranty, and our regular warranty is really good. We'll cover all of the factory mistakes, anything that happens with that bat over its lifetime. If you crack a end cap, crack a knob, anything we can repair that we think maybe we could have done a better job on it, we will. Your accidental damage protection is going to be if you crack the bat through, you just use it a lot, you roll it and you break it, or you pass it around, or you just get mad and snap it over your knee. This is going to cover any of those scenarios. We've even replaced bats that have fallen out of the back of a car and gotten run over on the highway. So this is for a custom bat. You put a bunch of effort and money into, that would be my suggestion, but we don't have any durability problems. These bats hold compression a really long time, and they're typically very durable. So it's your call. So I'm going to click customize, and it's going to pull up the stock bat image, and we're able to edit pretty much everything on here. You can't change your grip color, you can't change your knob, you can't change your cap. Everything else you can edit. So you can change your handle color, your taper color, your background color on your barrel. You can move your icon around, you can move this around, you can move your stamps around. The only limitation is, this is all a decal. It's like a big rectangular decal, and rectangular decals do not wrap down tapers. So it'll start getting all folded up, and it just doesn't work. So we're gonna just keep it up here, and you can see if you go past that limit of where it starts to distort with the label, that it won't let you go that far. So just keep that in mind when you're doing your design. The first step is, let's go to a website called VectEasy. It's a very popular site for vector art. Vector art is art that, like graphics that graphic designers use, that can be blown up really big, and you don't lose any kind of resolution. It doesn't get blurry. You can put JPEGs in. You can put a multitude of different types of files in there. You can put a picture of your dog on there if you wanted. But as you blow those up, Sometimes you lose resolution and look kind of crappy. Other benefit to a vector file is you actually will be able to change out the different colors in there. So if you wanted to, on this particular one, it would take you quite a while to change all those colors. And it actually doesn't even look like it'll let you on this one. But if you click on a vector file, it'll let you change this. So I can do, change that to purple, or I can change it to, green and blue, whatever I want. So that's really the big benefit to using it's called an SVG file over a JPEG file. I'm going to show you how to use both of them in this, but I really suggest you go with the SVG file. So good way to get ideas is you can just scroll through some of these backgrounds, go over to the license type, set that to free. And all of Vecteezy is free. You just have to log in. I think they let you download 5 or 6 different ones before they force you to create an account. The account's free. They don't really send you any spam or anything, so there's not really a reason not to do it. All kinds of cool backgrounds, and you can search for something more specific. I think this was like blood abstract. I don't remember how I found that one. Yeah, that's it. So I think we did this one before. So I'm going to click this. And yep, that looks cool. I can zoom in. I like cool background. It does have this built into it, grunge texture. But our designer is going to remove that for you, or you can drag it off of the bat so you don't see it. I'll click free download. It'll count down. And once that downloads, you're going to get a zip file. Open up that zip file, and you've got 2 different types of files. Your EPS is going to be your vector art, but it's not ready to go into our designer yet. And then you have your JPEG. So you can actually copy both of these. I've got a little demo folder going on over here. Keep everything organized. And just to get an idea, make sure that I like it before I start jumping through a bunch of hoops to convert this thing to an SVG. I'm just going to go into the demo folder and I'm going to bring the JPEG in. Like I said, a lot of times JPEG's fine. You don't want to change colors or anything like that, or you just want to check it out and see, is this something that's going to look good here? JPEG is good to go. So take that, rotate it around. I like to have something where I can transition to a solid color. That's what really makes it look good. So we're going to stretch this out. And where's that grunge? That grunge text right there. We're just going to move that right off the edge of the bat. And we're going to run these little streaks right here down. You can see right here it says we strongly suggest file with high resolution. That's because you're using a JPEG. And from there, I'm going to change the taper color. And I'm going to match that up the best that I can. It's pretty close. You can specify in your notes to our designer that you want the taper to match the barrel perfectly. And we will do that for you. It's not something you need to stress over. I'm going to set this handle to a red. That red is it's kind of a darker red. I'll go with a dark red like that. Click OK. And around the pure, the green is called a stroke. We're going to change that to that same red. And on the NDM3, let's see what this looks like. Yeah, so I think that looks really cool. On the icon, I'm going to I'll make that really small. Just kind of, I'm just going to kind of treat that like a stamp. Let's stick it down here. And while I'm working on stamps, I'm going to turn the white to red. I'm going to turn that white to red. And I'm going to turn that to red. And I'm just going to delete this icon. All right. So I'll move that just a hair. Move that back. All right. Close that. Now down here, zoom in by clicking the magnifying glass over on the left. Oops. And drag it over. And we got some text here. That's right there. Might take a couple times to select it. That's going to be, all the specs. We call that the spec line on there. You can't delete it. You can't, don't drag it off. You literally have to have this. If you don't have your model number on your bat, it's not a legal bat to play with. Same thing with your Indium 3, Pure. Both of these elements have to be the biggest thing on the bat. So if somebody looks at that bat and they don't know that Pure made that bat, it's not a legal bat to play. So it's got to have your model number, it's got to have your name. And that is a pretty cool looking bat, but let's show you how to get an actual good high resolution file there. So the website I usually use is called Cloud Convert. Let's go to cloudconvert.com, and we're going to add that file that we downloaded, the VecDZ abstract grunge texture. I've already converted it, so here's the EPS file. I'm going to open it and then select vector SVG. Then click convert. So it takes 30 seconds. If you have a really big file, it can take longer. If it's really small, it's quicker. Yep, looks great. Download and put that somewhere where it's easy to find. Go back to your custom, go to upload image from your device, and here it is right here. So click open. It'll upload that file. And don't mix it up with the JPEG. I mean, this is you get rid of this old JPEG. And the more little elements that it has to it, the longer it takes to import. And make that bigger. And so I don't like when you have a hard line like this. So typically I'll rotate like this so that your hard line is by the cap. And whatever, I'm trouble dragging it up. There we go. And then you have something that kind of ends in a softer ending. It just makes that look a lot cleaner. I'm gonna change the font to, I don't know, just pick a font and just put beast mode. So this to white. Something nice and clean like that. I think that looks really good. And it's kind of hanging over this spec line a little bit, so I'm just going to move it up a little bit. There we go. And let's add one other little thing. How about we add a handprint? So this is an ad. Ignore that. What you're looking for are the free ones. And we just want to find, it doesn't have to be the right color. If you find one that's looks how you want it to look. You know, like I kind of want like a bloody handprint look. You can go with like a yellow, and that's the cool thing about an SVG is that you can convert that to an SVG, and then it'll let you change it from yellow to red or black or whatever. We're going to open up that zip file. Again, we got an EPS and a JPEG. I take that EPS and put it in demo folder, and we have the EPS to SVG converter, cloudconvert.com, and we're going to pick the handprint color yellow, and it's going to convert to SVG. Click convert. Wait on it to do its thing, and yep, looks good. Download, and we're going to go back to our image from your device. And actually, I haven't used that one before, so we're going to go to downloads. And it'll upload, process, and you can see right here, this is how you change the color. If that was a JPEG, you can't do that. The only way you can change this is if it's an actual SVG. So you can make it white. If you wanted it to look like you wanted it to look black. You wanted it to look like a blood handprint. Yeah, I could do something like this. So lots of cool things you do with it. Put it wherever you want. It's really like your imagination's the limit here. And then let's say I wanted to add like some autism awareness to the vat. And all kinds of different options. If you pick something like this, the problem with this is that it comes with 6 different ones. There's no way in the software to cut this out. You could take this file and you could send it to us and say, hey, I want this middle one at the top. And our designer can add that for you. It's no extra cost. You just have to tell us you want it. I'm just going to add something with a clear background. I'm going to go with. See, I don't like this one because it says Awareness Day. I really just want the ribbon. I guess you could bring it in and you could just move the ribbon to where it's not like that text isn't there. I don't really love any of these, but we'll just go with this one and download that. And here it is. We're going to open that zip file. Again, EPS is JPEG and PDF. We're going to take the EPS file and pull it out of that zip, put it in a different folder, and we're going to convert the EPS to SVG. Oops. We got demo folder, and right here, here's our EPS. Oops, that's the wrong one. Close that. And add. There it is, Autism Day puzzle ribbon. And vector, SVG, convert. And there we go. There's a file. Download it. Show in folder. I'm going to copy that to my demo folder just so everything's all in one spot. Go back to my bat that I'm working on. Go to my gallery. Upload. And you can do all kinds of stuff with SVGs. I mean, you can add like splatters and all kinds of stuff. Speaking of splatters, if you want on this one, if you want a red splatter on the barrel or a black splatter on the handle, all you have to do is tell us that. We can do that for you. That's something that's very easily designed. People have done it before, but it's a lot easier just to tell us that's what you want. And then we've got this, and let's just find a home for it. I'm going to put it here, here. Either a lot of people line up with the stamp. I think that looks pretty good. And it will, like, see that little line that pops up? That's showing me that it's centered with these other guys. You can do it like this too. So you want to make sure that it's centered like that around the bat. That line will pop up there with, you know, the element that's next to it as well. I'm gonna leave it here. So that's pretty much all there is to it, and that's a pretty good looking bat right there. You are able to, when I talk about the SVGs and the reason they're so cool is, you know, all the colors that are in here are they're all right over here. And you know, this one has a lot of different shading and stuff, so it makes it kind of difficult. But if you want to change, you know, all the reds to, or all the yellows to pink, you can do it. Yeah, it's that powerful of a tool. So that's pretty much all there is to it. At that point, you can download a PDF, you can take a screenshot, show your friends. Here's what the PDF looks like. It's really the best way to save it, because if you change computers or something, even when you click save, you can lose that. Also, if you want to, like, even if you want to order, you know, more than one bat, or you want the designer to do the whole thing, you can just get it close with this and don't even check out. Just save that PDF and send it to us. But if you want to check out, you click add to cart and view cart. And there you go. Here's the one we just did. And you can open it in a new tab or save it. And, you know, from there, it's good to save. You can share it, whatever you want to do with it. And that's pretty much it. So I look forward to seeing what you can come up with, and swing pure.